Alrighty. It's called Should Hear Me. If you don't hear me, well, shit. I actually should put my headphones away. Hold on. Make this 10 times easier. Alright, I'm gonna do a rundown really quick of world event for Galactic Campaign, because Galactic Campaign and cat battles more or less the same. Well, world event and cat battles are the same thing if you go into GC. It's literally GC's world event and cat battles combined. It's literally the thing. So, Galactic Campaign, we all know it. We all love it. Somewhat. Some of us do. Some of us don't. World event. You see my basic setup for commanders. Now, for Galactic Campaign, you can have all your commanders. What I would say is, if you have all 5 slots or have 4, make sure if you have 4, make sure you have 1 weenie commander. Even if you don't, even if you want 4 to be weenie commanders, just have weenie commanders if you have only 4. Now, if you want 1 commander to be your main and then the rest weenie commanders, that's fine, cause that's a good strat. That's a good strat to do, cause less gold you're gonna be using, and it's a space for if you go into a capital, if you go into a stronghold, you make it last longer. Like I've been in many bigger guilds. Shout out to SHR, ENC, and DOD, as well as FTW. Love those guys over there. I never had the gold, so what I used to do is I used to do weenie commanders. I still sometimes do. It's what happens. Not always can you have the gold to do things. Why the fuck is everybody continuous? Why do I keep getting notifications? Frick! But what I say is, if you have 5 slots, make sure you have 2 weenie commanders and 3 main commanders that you want to use. Like, you see the 3 commanders that I have right now, those are probably going to be the 3 commanders I'm going to be using in GC. And I'm going to have 2 weenie commanders. Now, I might do what I said before, having 4 weenie commanders and just made my Hancock, because my Hancock's the biggest and the best one that I have. Love my Hancock, no offense. He just slays DS's and everybody, nonetheless. But that's that. Now let's go into a game, because you probably don't want to hear me talking for every 5 seconds, every time. You probably actually want to see what it's going to be like. So let's play. Now, I will say this, for world event, you have your basic, you have assault ship, you have defense, you have scout, you have hurrahs, you have gathering, and you have command. Command more or less upgrades all the ships, recalls, makes the ships invisible, and sends like healing stuff to another arc. Gathering, you just gather resources. That's more or less all it does. Rosing puts down a place so that nobody can actually sit there and take it. So if you're sitting at a base and you have the horizon ship, if you surround the main base of your enemy, they can't sit there to heal their base. Scout ship, it just gives you more area to look. It gives you a permanent area, or a couple minutes. Defense ship makes it so that the base of the stronghold actually heals itself back. And assault ship, main one, what I usually like to use if there's no 22s. If there are, I usually go for command. Right now I'm gonna be going command assault ship. Assault ship, what it does is if you hit one of your enemies, and if you win, you put them back in the preparation zone. So you see where I'm at right now. This is the preparation zone. So what it does, you come back here. It's kind of like GC. If you get hit once, you go back to your area. You get pushed back. That's all it's doing. You got your base. It's kind of like it. You have your base in GC. The base here, it takes a little longer than the strongholds, which is just like GC. Base takes an hour. Strongholds take 30 minutes in GC. GC, you see how I have unable to determine Misty Target? Can't move there. The reason why is because World Event is the basics of GC. You have to move in that area, or, well, for this you have to move in the area. For GC, you have to get the scout outposts, and they open up an area. It's kind of like the scout ship, like this one that's moving, that's level 22. It's kind of like what he does. He more or less, what he does is he makes it so that everybody can see the area. Now, is it the greatest thing? A little bit. I like it. It gives me a lot more room to do things with. Like, I walk around and I do it. I do a lot better if I can see what my area is, if it's permanent. They're going straight for the base. Normally, for GC, what you want to do is you want to go for this one first, because those open up the area. Now, in World Event, it's not going to open up the area for you. It's not how it works, unfortunately. In GC, it'll actually open up the area for you, which is nice. It opens it up, and you can move faster. You can't move faster if it's not opened up. For GC, you move a lot slower. Now, I just got my ass handed to me. Fortunately, I just got my ass handed to me. Because the whole enemy team's level 22, and I can't beat an elf like that. No, I'll tell you, Hancock did something. He absorbed some of those hits. Holy frick. It's basically, World Event is GC, but I keep irritating myself. I need to shut the fuck up about that. What you do is you gotta, yeah. I don't know how to explain this. Really, I don't. Like, I can explain it if I'm actually in a game. I can actually explain it if I watch a video that I have. Ah, fuck you. Power level 14%. It's the basics of GC is you go for one stronghold first, one scout outpost. Normally what I would do is a scout outpost that you can't see. You would go for it first because it's the hardest one to fight for. Because if you get hit from that scout outpost, unfortunately you're gonna, you gotta go back. You're gonna get hit, and then yeah. It comes down to the fact of is what you want to do for for GC is what plan you want to do. My plan is usually that. If you want to go for both scout outposts and both strongholds at the same time, that's fine. It's just gonna take you a lot longer. Now you can go for the other scout outpost after you go for one. If you do one stronghold at a time, you can go for the one scout outpost to make sure that the enemies don't take it. I would understand that, because that right there is just genius thinking, because if they get that scout outpost, they're gonna try to go for your stronghold. But that's more or less the basics of GC. Defending wise for GC, if you have to defend, what I would say is try to get points. So don't use big huge marches. Like, don't use a fucking huge tier 9 march like one of my friends does. His name is Beer. He sends a tier 9 elf full march. Man, does he lose a lot when he does it, but he's stupid like that. We call him crazy for a reason. The GC is all about having fun. If you're not having fun, then what's GC all about? I take GC a little too seriously. Going for 11 minutes now. I need to shut the fuck up at some point and end this video. But GC is fun. Like, I'll go put on a YouTube video of mine. No, don't mind my fucking battery percentage. You can go fuck yourself. Whenever it wants to load. Yes, my videos. I'll go into the GLS and DWI one. It's my best one. I don't know why it's cut in half. It doesn't want to play. Tiger King's in here, but I don't know if he's gonna talk. So what we're doing for this one is we're going for the first stronghold first. Well, not the first stronghold. The first scout outpost. It's the one that we see. It's the one that we see first, which is fine. It's what happens. There's a level 17 on the enemy team. We went after the right one. You see how we're doing it. We attack the first stronghold. We go for one first. I sent tier 5. Don't mind my fucking Vega. My Vega was trash, but he's kicking ass. We went for one stronghold first, and that's all we did. Is we went for one first. It was an easier, so we went after two. We went after both of them. But you noticed that we went after one, and we didn't worry about the other one. It's what happens. It all depends on who you're gonna be matched up with. If you get matched up with a bad team, I would say straight out, let them get some points. Use tier 1, use tier 2, let them get some points. Even let them take a stronghold. I haven't been doing that lately. I know I should, but I haven't. But let them get a stronghold even, if you really wanted to be generous. But really what you can do is just let them get points. Don't do what I did. Use tier 5. That was an asshole move. I got yelled at for it by a lot of GLS members. Shout out to some GLS. How you been, Tiggs? Grim, miss you guys. Yeah. We go after one. You know, it's how we're all forming in it. That's how you play. Go after one first, then go after another one after you beat it. Alright, try to fast forward this really quickly. So we get the base. So we're at the base. This is the base right now. So you notice, hold on. So you notice how this area to the right of my arc, because you'll see my arc, it's the holiday sleigh. You notice how to the right of it, it's misty area, we can't see it, we're moving slow as crap. You know, right? Now let me fast forward a little bit. Shout out to some DWI if you're watching this. Miss you. You guys were fun to play against. Hold on. So, you notice how we can see that area. But notice how faster my arc's moving now. You can see it because it's moving a little bit faster. The more area you get open and that you can see, the faster you move. Like, my troops, if you see them, they're moving up in the top of it. They're moving very slow. That's because we don't see that area, and it's gonna always be slow in an area you can't see. Oh, that was my friend Nickers. Missed that man. He's an SHI friend that I know. Fast forward it. We got both strongholds. We can move freely. We can fly faster. We can move freely faster. We can send troops faster. I got a lot of points. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we were trying to go. We shouldn't have hit people. Also, if there's people that are in the area that you can see, don't hit them once, and after that, leave them alone. Please. It's not right. They have to heal their troops again. They have to heal their troops, and if they don't heal their troops, if they leave GC, they're going to lose those troops that are in their hospital bay. Which is not right. Who would ever want to lose troops? Tell me, you want to lose... I want to say this straight out. You want to lose your full march because someone wants to constantly hit you? Would you want to lose a full march? No. No one would. I already know that. So, if they're there, hit them once. After that, leave them alone. They're not going to do anything to you. And if you win, that's fine. Because you won the game. And now you can actually walk away from it like you won. Now, I'm going to show you a replay of GXR and another guild going up against each other. And we lost this one, alright? I don't say anything about it. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. I know, I gotta change these descriptions and all that. We were just hopping in. This is GXR. I love War. He's a good guy. I have to go and talk with him. We gotta make up. Gotta make amends for what happened. Also, in the beginning, either use tier 1, any tier 1. Try to use tier 1 first, then use tier 2. If it gets time to it, use tier 2 if you don't have tier 1. But stay between those ranges. Don't use anything else except for tier 1 or tier 2. It's not fair. Especially if you get matched up with people that are smaller. And usually you want to scout the people that you're fighting on what gear they have. So let me fast forward this a little bit. We got our asses handed to us because there was 3 people that had max tier 9 marches. We couldn't do anything about it. And I couldn't do anything about it. No one in my guild was listening about 1 stronghold at a time. They were going for 2 at a time, which was not smart. Which is one reason why we lost. That we need to worry about 1 stronghold at a time. So, anybody in SAO that doesn't know GC that well, yeah, I'm about to throw this in there when I'm done with this video. Make sure you go after 1 stronghold. This is meaning more for the people that I know. See, I could go in there and I can send in my Hancock. I didn't have tier 12 at the time, unfortunately. I lost my tier 12. If I had my tier 12, I would have beaten him. I would have been able to do something, but I didn't have tier 12 at the time, so my Hancock was kind of useless. I love him, but it's kind of useless. Watch. It's gonna be a defeat report. Yep. But it's nonetheless of 1 scout outpost first, then worry about everything else. And make sure you at least have a garrison. It could be a small weenie march, it could be your main march. Just make sure you have something to defend your arc. Unless you're fighting big players, and if that's the case, just let them hit your weenie arcs. Hit your weenie commanders. And just save your big commander. Because you never want to... You never want to use your gold up too quickly. Especially in GC when it comes down to it. How long have I been recording? Oh my god, it's been 23 minutes. Holy hell. No one's gonna want to listen to this. Well, I'm gonna cut it at some point. But if you're not gonna win like this, like I'm showing you right here, what I would say is you'll see the points here in a few minutes, because I'm gonna go straight to the points deck. I did cut it at the end because I said that we weren't gonna win the fight, so I said let's go. They beat us in points and in our strongholds and in everything else, so we kind of had to leave. So, with that being said, that's more or less all I can really say about GC. So, yeah, GC for you is a little bit more descriptive. Cracker not here. I guess we needed to be a little bit more descriptive. because we need people ready. So, well, I'll see SAO on the battlefield in GC. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you really want to see these videos. You probably don't want to, so yay. Alrighty, talk to y'all later.